एक और क्वेश्चन है जयशंकर जी का। लास्ट क्वेश्चन ले रहा हूँ आज के लिए। आई हैव बीन ट्राइंग टू डू ओशोज विपसना मेडिटेशन एज आई फील इट इज द मोस्ट suitable technique for me so far. In this Vipassana method, he says we can either watch the breath alone or watch our body or thoughts and emotions. Watching the breath alone does not seem to work because while watching the breath, I get distracted by my thoughts. Jai Shankar ji, you are not alone. Most of the people who try watching the breath are lost in their thoughts. It's a great pastime for some time, and then it becomes very, very frustrating. And there is a certain key to Vipassana, and it is important. I don't know where you have learned Vipassana, how you have been trying it on your own. It is mind's habit to be lost into the thoughts. ये मन का स्वभाव है. मन यानी चंचलता, मन यानी विचार चलेंगे. मन यानी विचार सिर्फ चलेंगे नहीं, हर विचार जो है वो आपके कान में गुनगुनाएगा, गाना सुनाएगा. जानते हो वो कौन सा गीत है? बाबा सहगल का गीत है, आजा मेरी गाड़ी में बैठ जा. हर विचार आपको यही कह रहा है, आजा मेरी गाड़ी में बैठ जा. लॉन्ग ड्राइव जाएंगे और फिर न जाने क्या क्या गाना बजाना, खाना पीना, गाड़ी में होगा सनम. तो विचार की गाड़ी, कल्पना की गाड़ी, उसमें बैठो और कल्पना का ही खाना और कल्पना की ही मौज. वो कुछ हाथ पल्ले बात आती नहीं और बड़ा कठिन है सीधे सीधे साक्षी भाव. तो बहुत बार एक जो भूल होती है, हमें लगता है कि हम किताब पढ़कर ध्यान सीख सकते हैं. ये सबसे बड़ी भ्रांति है, ये सबसे बड़ी भूल है. कुछ लोगों के लिए आसान होगा, सबके लिए नहीं. इसलिए ओशो ने हमेशा ध्यान शिविरों पर जोर दिया कि ध्यान वहां जाकर करो जहां ध्यान सिखाया जा रहा है. ध्यान सीखो. अगर किताब से ही ध्यान हो सकता तो फिर ध्यान शिविरों की जरूरत नहीं थी. फिर दिन में 5 ध्यान जो पूना आश्रम में होते रहे, फिर उनकी जरूरत नहीं थी. घर घर यूट्यूब के जरिए, हजार अन्य माध्यमों के जरिए, न्यूज़पेपर के जरिए मेडिटेशन ऑफ द वीक भेज दिया जाता और लोग वो ध्यान कर लेते और नैया पार हो जाती. ध्यान का मार्ग इतना भी सरल नहीं है कि हम सोचें कि बिना गुरु के, बिना गाइडेंस के बस हो जाएगा. सबसे बड़ी भ्रांति हमारी यही है कि किताब पढ़ के मैं सब सीख लूँगा, मैं जान लूँगा, मैं समझ लूँगा. और फिर इतना ही नहीं, फिर जब कुछ गति नहीं हो रही, जब कुछ बात नहीं बन रही, तब मैं लिखकर दूर से भेज दूं, किसी से पूछ लूं, कोई दूर से बैठ के इशारा कर दे. हमारी कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है, समझ लेना इस बात को. और जहां इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है वहां गति नहीं है. बहुत लोग हैं जो अभी क्योंकि मेरे को सामने मिलिंद बैठे दिखाई दे रहे हैं, तो स्टॉक्स और शेयर्स का उनको कुछ इन्वेस्टमेंट का उनको ज्ञान है. ऐसे और 2-3 मित्र हैं यहाँ पर जो स्टॉक शेयर ये, तो उनको ख्याल में होगा जो बात मैं कहने जा रहा हूँ कि स्टॉक्स में इन्वेस्ट करना, शेयर बाजार में इन्वेस्ट करना, उसकी डमी साइट्स भी होती हैं, डमी सॉफ्टवेयर्स होते हैं कि जिसमें आप एक्चुअली में पैसा नहीं लगा रहे, लेकिन आप रियल टाइम मार्केट में शेयर ऊपर नीचे कैसे चल रहे हैं उसमें आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो. सिर्फ वो सॉफ्टवेयर बताता है कि आपने इतना पैसा डाला, इतना बन गया और इतना कम हो गया. ठीक वैसे ही जैसे जुआ खेलने की साइट्स हैं, जो एप्लीकेशंस हैं, आप फोन पे भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हो, 3 पत्ती ब्ला ब्ला. अब टाइम पास है, आपने लाखों रुपए जीत लिए, कमा लिए, लाखों रुपए गवा दिए, लेकिन फाइनली हाथ पल्ले कुछ नहीं. हाथ पल्ले कुछ नहीं. हाथ पल्ले कब आता है, कुछ बनता बिगड़ता कब है? जब आपने रियल इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है. So the first and foremost for anyone who wants to play with meditation is कि थोड़ी बहुत देर तक तो खेलने का मजा ले सकते हो, लेकिन फाइनली ध्यान में गति हो, ध्यान के शिखर छू सको, उसके लिए अनिवार्य है कि आप रियल टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट भी उसमें कर सको. एंड वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट अदर देन टाइम इज राइट गाइडेंस. हम सोचें कि घर बैठे मुझे गाइडेंस मिल जाएगा और मुझे कुछ करना नहीं पड़ेगा. एंड देन मोस्टली दीज आर ऑल्सो द पीपल जो यह भी पूछते हैं कि ध्यान के मार्ग पर क्या गुरु की ज़रूरत है. यही लोग पूछेंगे कि क्या बिना गुरु के ध्यान नहीं हो सकता. मैंने वहाँ पढ़ा था, मैंने फला गुरु को कहते सुना था कि गुरु की ज़रूरत नहीं तो भी ध्यान हो सकता है. लेकिन वो भूल जाते हैं कि ये बात भी तो कोई गुरु ही बता रहा है. So in their pursuit of not following a guru, they are still following some guru's words. So they are indirectly following a guru. There is no escape. There is no escape. Watching the breath alone does not seem to work because while watching the breath, I get distracted by my thoughts. It is very natural, Jai Shankar. So I had decided to watch my body, thoughts and emotions. I think it is suitable for me, and I especially like when I accept and watch my emotions without resistance. Great. If it is happening for you, wonderful. However, what I'm confused about is whether it is okay to alternate between watching the body, thoughts and emotions in intervals throughout the day. Jai Shankar, it does not matter what you watch. Really, it is about watching, and eventually watching nothing, pure watching. You begin watching something, but this watching must take you to a space where that something disappears. You are not watching an object. Whether you are watching the breath, or you are watching the physical activity, or you are watching thoughts or emotions, you are watching something. And watching something is objective awareness. There is another awareness when there is no object to be watched. When the thoughts cease, when there are no emotions, the physical activity is almost zero, only some inner activity. And at that time, the breath still continues. That is why the emphasis on watching the breath. And then there comes a time you are separate from the processes that you are watching. Those processes don't matter. Objects don't matter at all. There is just witnessing. The objects become zero. शरीर खो गया, विचार खो गए, भाव खो गए, सब खो गया, लेकिन यह साक्षी भाव मौजूद है. The witnessing remains. This is the key to meditation. So, till that happens, it does not matter what you are watching, whether you are watching the thoughts or you are watching emotions, whatever your awareness alights upon is okay. Or would I have to be aware of all of them at the same time in order to reach an empty state? The first thing you have to do is forget the empty state. When you are trying to reach an empty state, what you are trying to do is be somewhere you are not. You are imagining a situation in the future. Meditation means being aware of that which is now. If right now I am clouded by thoughts, I watch those clouds passing. And when there are clouds of emotions, I'm watching those clouds. When there is just the breath, I'm watching the breath. And then there is a jump, there is a shift that you cannot do anything about. You will find yourself standing separate from all these goings-ons. There may be thoughts, there may be emotions, there may be anything, but you are separate, untouched. As if the clouds are there, but you have found an opening to the blue sky. The clouds remain far below, like we go on an airplane. There comes a time the clouds are left far below, and up above there is just vast sky. You are saying how to? This is not something you can bring about. Remain a witness. This is a paradox, and you cannot crack it. There is no way to mentally crack that paradox and find a way through. Remember this. This is something that is contagious. Being with a guru, being with a master of meditation, someone who has experienced this, it is possible that in that presence, as the master dives deep into that vastness, you may also, if ready, enter the same depth, the same sky. This is a happening. In other words, it is a prasad, it is grace, it is not bound in the world of cause and effect. That is why I go on repeating the biggest mistake any meditator makes is something will happen as a result of what I am doing. And I have to do things right. All you need to do is do nothing. Whatever is happening, remain watchful, remain observant. I think I am able to watch them individually, but watching them all together is difficult. What can help me be able to deepen the meditation? I don't know if Jai Shankar is here or not in the satsang. Satsang is the master key. And what is meant by the master key, everybody should understand. Master key means a possibility where the doors open. And they will not open for anybody and everybody. Only when there is a certain synchronicity, only when there is a certain tuning, only when there is a certain oneness. In that oneness, something triggers, something shifts, something clicks. Just like the key clicks in the lock, and with one click it is open. Something clicks. So, technique also, meditation technique also, when you are practicing with a master, in the presence of the master, or in a way guided by the master, it is more likely to click. And to anyone, if anything has clicked ever without a master, it is a sheer blessing, not because they did something right. It's because, most likely because it was too sudden and they were not there trying to do something, and it just happened. Somehow there was an opening. And that opening is only and only possible when you, as a person, are absent. And this is what satsang is all about. So that in the satsang, you start to dissolve as I, me, myself. You just start to dissolve. You are in a flow. You are in a let go. And especially when the connection is of love, it is easier for this let go to happen. Not because Master wants your love and will bless you when you love him or her. Not because God needs your love, that when you love him or her, when you pray, when you bow down, he will be pleased and he will bless you. No, in the very feeling of this love, in this very bowing down, there is a likelihood that you disappear for a moment. And in that moment, there is a possibility of an opening. So Jai Shankar, I'll suggest satsang. And why be stuck with just one meditation technique? If it is not taking you into depth, try another meditation. Here, every week, we are showing a different meditation technique. And there are easier methods also. And Vipassana, according to Osho himself, is 2500 years old. It's a bullock cart method. Just sitting and watching is not going to help you. You need to cleanse yourself. You need to prepare yourself. It is about time you learnt what is called Neo-Vipassana. Even Zazen, sitting in Zen, is not the same anymore as it was before. The processes evolve according to the way we are, according to our mindsets. If we are not ready for it, let me share what Osho had to say about Vipassana. That in Gautam Buddha's time, 2500 years ago, these minds were so less complicated. Lives were less complicated. It was much easier to just slip into meditation through Vipassana. Today the minds are complicated. And believe me, when Osho said today, actually today, that is also an old story. That is also an old story. There was no internet in the time of Osho. There were no mobile phones yet. Definitely not the smartphones where you are bombarded with information. It becomes so difficult for a normal human being today to wake up and not look for the phone. Can you imagine? What do you look for the first thing in the morning when you wake up? फोन किधर है? कोई मैसेज तो नहीं. And we were living perfectly fine without any messages, without these phones. So our minds are involved, engrossed in much more than ever before. So different methods have to be discovered, not only discovered, but rediscovered and upgraded. How you get system upgrades, system updates. If you were using Android 5, then you got 6, then 7, then 8, like that. Meditation processes also need upgrades. And only a master can upgrade. You try upgrading it yourself. Your system will hang. Your phone will become a brick. Nothing else. Remember that. That is why Osho also warned that no one should try to play with the meditation techniques. No one should change anything. If Vipassana is not helping you to have those glimpses, those peaks, it may be that it is not your method. And it very well may be that this method is amazing, but you are missing some key ingredient, and only a master can help. Anyone who's ever stuck in meditation, remember this. Only a master can and will help.